So, South Africa against the West Indies, and an important match, not just in the context of the Spencer and Hedges World Cup, but an important match for cricket generally. And with me in the studio this morning, a gentleman from either side of the fence, so to speak. It's a pleasure to welcome Tony Cozier from Barbados to the One World of Sport commentary team today, and with him, former South African captain Clive Rice. Tony, as a West Indian, tell us what this game means to you today.
It's a very big game. It's just 4 or 5 years ago when a West Indies rebel team was breaking the sporting boycott to South Africa, being ostracised from West Indies cricket. It was in fact only 2 years ago when Mike Gatting's team went there and all sorts of commotion was caused by that. This today is the absolutely unthinkable becoming a reality. And I think for international sport, for international relations, this is a really big moment for everyone.
And Clive, it's being played the day after a test match between the two sides has been announced as well, or confirmed.
I think when you just see everything's now falling into place, certainly over my career, you've just sort of dreamt about the situation. Now suddenly it's all happening. You've got to pinch yourself to believe that this is all true. But it is. It's a fantastic occasion.
All right, we look forward to having both of you with us on the One World of Sport commentary team today. Let's have a close-up look at that pitch that this match is going to be played on today. Lancaster Park this year has had some good, fast, bouncy wickets. John Morrison and Peter Sharp now are out in the middle.
We're on about a length here, and you can see that it's very, very hard indeed, but I'm sure that you've noticed the grass, John.
Well, I have. I must say I'm a little surprised, Peter, when I came out here and I saw the pretty lush, juicy green grass. Sure, you're right. There's a reasonable base. It sounds pretty solid.
It does.
A little more solid than some of the other ones we've seen. And, of course, there's been so much discussion about the slow wickets, and I think this will have some carry-on. It mightn't bounce dramatically, but goodness me, some of those early batsmen might be a little nervous about this.
Well, I'm sure they will. I was talking to some of them yesterday, and some of the bowlers who were looking at it very enthusiastically, and the batsmen were saying, "Cripes, there's so much grass there, it's going to really seam around." Now, this year we've seen that the grass on the pitch has been left there for a purpose, and the purpose is pace. They want pace on the pitch, they want the ball to carry through to the bat, carry through past the bat if possible to the keeper, and they want that to be continued. The seam itself hasn't been so pronounced. It seems that it's a soft leaf in the grass, and it doesn't really deviate the ball sideways as much as one might expect.
Richie Richardson, you won the toss. What's your decision on this one?
Well, I think in these conditions we're going to have a ball. I think the wicket looked probably a bit of moisture in it, and with overcast conditions, I think we'd favour our seamers a little bit.
Okay, what's the lineup of your team today? Who's not playing?
Patrick Patterson, Roger Harper, and Simmons.
Okay, and you've had a look at the South Africans on television. What do you think of them?
Well, they're a very enthusiastic team. They're very keen, and you can't really take them lightly.
Okay, Richie, good luck. Thanks very much. Thank you. Kepler Wessels, is that something you would have done? You probably would have liked to have bowled at them.
Oh, definitely. I think the first 10 overs or first 15 overs, the ball moved around a lot, so one will have to play well to get through that and then bowl it from there.
Well, let's confirm those teams then. A couple of changes in the South African side from that which lost to Sri Lanka a few days ago. And at number 10 in the order, Maverick Pringle is in for the left-arm spinner Omar Henry. So Pringle is a fast bowler. And Andrew Hudson, the opening batsman, returns in the place of Hansi Cronje. So Hudson and Wessels to open. Kirsten at 3, he's been their best batsman so far. Adrian Caper, Jonty Rhodes, Richard Snell, Rushmere. Richardson's the wicket-keeper, McMillan the opening bowler, Pringle, and their ace strike bowler, Alan Donald. That's the South African 11 today. Here's the West Indies side with Roger Harper, Patrick Patterson and Phil Simmons out of the squad of 14. So Haynes and Lara to open. The captain, Richie Richardson, world-class player, one of the best batsmen in the world, to come in at number 3. Carl Hooper at 4. He'll also be required to bowl a bit today. Keith Arthurton at 5. Gus Logie at 6. David Williams is the wicket-keeper at number 7. Then Anderson Cummins, the fast bowler. Malcolm Marshall, Winston Benjamin and Big Curtly Ambrose to complete the West Indies playing 11 at Lancaster Park today.
Curtly Ambrose, the big West Indian opening bowler, and my word, he's a big man. And Richard Hadley, you wouldn't mind having a bowl out there, would you?
Yes, I would enjoy bowling out in these conditions, I think, John.
First ball of the day. Yeah, that one kept down a bit. But there's runs, it might be 4, it is 4, the first runs of the day, and an inside edge beating the keeper down to fine leg, so a bit lucky, Hudson. Kepler Wessels just fishing for that one. And that's good running. Here's a run down to big Kirtley Ambrose, and it's a leg by. Umpires today, Steve Randall from Australia, Tasmania, and Brian Aldridge from Christchurch. That's the end of the over, 7 for no wicket. Oh, it's up in the air, and it should be out. It is out.
Caught Haynes, and that's a very good catch too. Good breakthrough for the West Indies.
Yes.
The Vessel was there having a bit of a problem with a shortish ball. Didn't really know what to do with it. He was in no man's land.
Yes, he looked like he wanted to whip it away on the leg side. It came on too quickly. In the end, he was nowhere, and he just sort of hoiked it, I suppose. Yes, front edge, really, and it went very high. But Desmond Haynes, he called and took it cleanly. First ball of the new over, and they pick up a single.
Well run, and that of course is the intelligent way to play cricket. Kirsten there dropping the ball down in front of him. He knew that both the square leg and the mid-on were deep. There was the single there. Oh, that's a good shot. Is it going away for 4? No, it's not. It's Benjamin. Oh, yes, he did misfield. That was a bad misfield, and indeed it's gone away to the boundary. So the first boundary of the morning, and Winston Benjamin really made a boob of that one. So 4 more 4 runs, 23 for 1. Ambrose again to Hudson. Oh, he's hit that one away. Well, it's in the air, but it's going to fall safe. Lara chasing it back. It's going into the boundary there for the second 4 of the morning. And he hit it well. It was short, moved inside the line, in the air, but 4 runs.
Look at him! Another useful delivery here, and they're going through for a quick single. Look, here he is with his first delivery.
Glorious shot. That'll go for 4, perhaps. Long chase out there for Lara, and just pulling it back inside the boundary.
Well, certainly poor running between the wickets here. I'm sure that Kirsten thought it was going to go for 4, and he ambled through for the first one and managed to get back for 2.
Oh, pulled away. Lovely shot. And that'll be 4. There's no need to run for that. Short from Benjamin. Andrew Hudson into position quickly. Cracks it away over mid-wicket. Hits it very cleanly.
Well, it's a bit like Benjamin's run-up at the moment. He's off a short run-up, and that's very well played indeed. And you don't get too many balls like that to get away to the boundary.
And cutting in the... Oh, lovely catch. Brian Lara at point dives away to his left and picks it up with 2 hands. What a superb catch. Andrew Hudson cutting. He got hold of it reasonably well, but it was in the air. And Lara, what a beauty. So the West Indies get their second wicket.
Come on. And Rushmere's off the mark with 1 down to third man. And Winston Benjamin is the man patrolling that area of Lancaster Park. Peter Kirsten's run a single pretty quickly. They shy at the stumps, but Rushmere was home. He appeals to the man at square leg, the umpire at square leg, Brian Aldridge. Kirsten is back.
Well, he placed it exactly into the gap between square leg and mid-wicket, and they've gone for the second run. Extremely well done. Good piece of cricket by the South Africans. Yes, I suppose 10 overs of Hooper, they'll be looking for between 40 and 50 at least from him, won't they?
Yes, he's got to be the man, and here they place it perfectly in the gap. Rushmere does, and they settle for 2, and a wonderful piece of fielding here.
Come on! It's another good stroke into the gap. There'll be 2 runs here. Well played by Rushmere. Atherton this time not picking up cleanly, so there's no hurry in the final stages of that too. It is the end of the over, 63 for 2. Just the single there to Peter Kirsten. Desmond Haynes fielding.
In fact, South Africa haven't scored over 190, and here you see their runs they score per over. They've had one good over where they picked up 7, but the West Indies have basically restricted them to almost under 4, well, under just over 3 and over.
Well, he's opened the pace, he's made contact there. He'll get one to Benjamin. Benjamin, who's mended his way through. Goodness me, when he's hit that up, you realise the good feeling is about 4 minutes out. It's got his 2, but Desmond Haynes is out there, and it'll just be the 2. Well, that wasn't a very good shot. He's out, he's gone, he's stumped, he's been given there by over the square leg. Now is aiming to lay it down to run it to third man, having come forward, and obviously his back foot just pulled over the crease.
There he is, he's actually standing out of the crease. He went forward trying to get down the wicket, and his foot's on the line, and he's out because his foot is actually at an angle, so as much as it might look as if he's behind, it's actually out the crease.
That's a better looking stroke. He's got a run there. Malcolm Marshall coming in off the long off boundary. So Caper has opened his account. Kirsten doesn't realise he's got a runner. He started off, the runner started off. You get all 3 at one end. If you want to go that game, they're going to have to hurry. A good throw then, I think, would have caused problems, but Caper was home. It wasn't a good throw from the fine leg boundary. Benjamin down there. So 3 runs have come. Welcome back to Lancaster Park. First ball, the next over from Hooper, is turned away round the corner there for 3 by Peter Kirsten. So he goes to 36, and it's now 81.
That's well played. Just a little bit of width outside the leg stump from Hooper. Kuiper gets him away. Bad bit of misfielding. Winston Benjamin is having a poor day in the field today. He let one through, it went for 4 early on when it should just have been the 1 or 2.
It's another misfield, a difficult one on this occasion though, and Kirsten just lapping it very fine and racing down to, it's Brian Lara there.
Benjamin continues, and that's a fine shot. That'll go all the way. That's a 6. First of the innings, picked it up really well. Adrian Caper, and deposited it over that backward square leg boundary. All Desmond Haynes could do was to watch it go over his head. Fine shot.
And a very brave one too. He certainly picked it up well, but he tackled the boundary fielder and not the shortest side there, but clearing Desmond Haynes comfortably.
Good way to raise the 100.
Desmond there, nipping in like a 2-year-old and whistling it over the stumps.
West Indies look very slack in the field today. They look almost casual. And Malcolm Marshall left him just to go across there and stick his foot out. A very dangerous thing to do. He's got hold of it. That'll go for 4. Very fine indeed. So the South African innings starts to gather momentum. 110 for 3. Sneaking singles now. The South Africans, you can see, beginning to gather confidence here.
Peter Kirsten on strike. And he slashes this one and got it through. There's a bit of a dive there, but not much chance. And they'll come back for 2. Of course, we've got a runner out there, and that creates a bit of confusion. It makes quick singles a little more, well, difficult perhaps, because there's 3 people negotiating the operation. that bounced a bit again. But there's his 50. There's Peter Kirsten again being the backbone of the South African innings. He's on the 50s, undefeated. A very good effort. He came in when conditions were very difficult. Kept the vessels out early, and he's gone on, and as I say, still undefeated and getting a good hand.
So there we see his wagon wheel again, little deflections, little dabs, little cuts, and only did 2 boundaries in that innings.
He's missed it, he's bowled, and Curtly Ambrose is thrilled. Well, Caper getting a full toss. We don't get too many of those from big Curtly Ambrose, and Caper's not happy with himself because that was a golden opportunity to score.
Caper, he's furious. Yes, a full toss at base of the off stump there, and
yes, it won't delight them, and if it takes them off, very sloppy fielding. Yes, they'll run away for 4 plus the one they've run, and that was very sloppy.
well, it's unbelievable cricket, really. I mean, there's a short, sharp single, and even that may have been marginal. And then the backing up there was absolutely.
Yes, I think Stan Cummins, that was dreadful, wasn't it? Look at this.
Look at that, right through the gap.
You'd have to try quite hard to get it through your legs like that, wouldn't you?
Yes, you've got to do well to miss it, don't you?
He's gone. Diving away to his right, little David Williams. And Peter Kirsten is out, just pushing at that one, getting the edge, no question about it, and a good catch behind. So Malcolm Marshall striking.
Well, it's off the inside edge for Johnny Rhodes. It won't be a boundary. They've sneaked home for 2.
Marshall now to McMillan. Oh, he's got it away again. That's the Surrey drive, the Harrow drive, the Surrey Cup, whatever. It came back into the right-handed McMillan, found the inside edge, and went away to the fine leg boundary. It's another good-looking stroke by Rhodes, getting away. That may well go for 4. No, it's not quite got the legs on it. Just 2 runs there. And Desmond Haynes, the fielder.
Yes, we've seen some great shots go through the covers, and as you can see from that right there, there have only been a few overs where they've got 8 runs and over, but at least the scoring rate is accelerating, but it's those red dots that keep putting brakes on the South African scoring rate.
There we go again, and it gets a longer chase this time for Benjamin, but he picks it up very well indeed, and that is the 4th 2 that Rhodes has scored this over. A lovely throw, and Rhodes in fact claps Benjamin. How nice to see. Well, into the gap, just the single this time. It's a better over for the South African. 9 runs have come from it. That's the most productive over of the innings so far. The 150's up. It's 150 for 5. Oh, what a good stroke by John T. Rhodes, but he's only got the one. Oh no, he has a bit of misfielding down there. A deep backward square allows him to come back for the second. And of course, if any of you youngsters watching, Rhodes is giving you a perfect object lesson. He runs the first one like lightning, so if the fielder does muff it as he did then, he's in the position to come back for the second run. It's in the air, but it's all right, top edge. And it's Cummins, but here he comes back again. That was for a young man, that was a fairly middle-aged piece of fielding, I thought. Oh, he's gone, he's out, he nibbled with that one. He seemed to be slightly into a mind. I think he was in fact trying to run it down to the 3rd man. He got the nip, so once again, just as things are starting to look up for South Africa, a crucial wicket to score has gone. They're 158 for 6.
John T. Rhodes has got a lot of balls down to 3rd man in the last over, and here Cummins has just put a bit more into it, a little bit more bounce, and there it is, the edge. John T. Rhodes caught behind. South Africa 159 for 6.
May not have the job this time. Here's a close one. A wayward return from Arthurton, who's had been standing West Indian fielder delay. They won't gain an overthrow from it. Certainly was off target. The end of the over, 161 for 6. and a boundary well played, but again too short, too wide. He's got that one away, going through mid-off for 4.
Now that's where the real gap is. And although one wouldn't expect to see too many shots going through mid-off from these bowlers, this was pitched up at the end of the over. 180 for 6.
And he's hit this one high in the air. Where's it going to fall? It's out there in the deep cover, and it's gone.
And as I say, Brian McMillan getting under that, trying to slog it straight really, and it goes out to deep extra cover on the boundary, and that's well taken by Brian Lara. Nearly misjudged it though, to make a last minute dive.
And again, Richardson driving down the ground.
Up it goes.
In the air, he should be out here. Desmond Haynes, it is underneath it, and he takes the catch. Well, the keeper, David Williams, ran out, and he might have put Haynes off a little bit because he was very close to him when the catch was taken, but in the end, all is well as far as the West Indian cause is concerned, but trying to swing it away, managing really only to hit it high in the air.
Well, had that been dropped, there might have been a few questions asked, because really it was probably a keeper's catch in many ways, because he had enough time to get there. Of course, he's got the gloves on, it makes it easier to catch.
Bad looking shot.
Oh, they run out. Missed it. Over to Hutch. Unbelievable cricket.
Chapter of accidents there. Just cut away behind point, and Pringle was coming. So Richardson, he's got it pretty fine down there. Well judged shot, controlled, but can't quite get it through. And Pringle's still struggling, he's hobbling, and as you say, Richard, that may cause problems when South Africa come to bowl, because he is a very key part of the South African seam attack. Just jams it out really, right on the toe of the bat. He's coming back for 2. This could be close. Oh, it was a difficult Ambrose coming in through the ball, and it was just at ground level, so Malcolm Marshall struggled to pick up, and I don't blame him really. So here we go, the last ball of the South African innings. Oh, and he's missed it. They're looking for a single. They decide against it as little David Williams runs up to the stump. So that's it for the South Africans. They've got the round 200. They've lost 8 wickets.
So South Africa hit 200 for the first time in this 1992 Benson and Hedges World Cup. Exactly 200 for 8 in 50 overs. And Peter Kirsten, again their star batsman, with 56 from 91 deliveries. Some useful contributions through that middle order from Caper, from Rhodes, McMillan and Dave Richardson, the wicketkeeper there at the end, 20 not out from 26 deliveries faced. South Africa 200 for 8. The West Indies require 201 to win this match. For the West Indies, Curtly Ambrose 2 for 34. Malcolm Marshall finished up being their best bowler. The very experienced opener for the West Indies, 2 for 26. Winston Benjamin and Carl Hooper just a little on the expensive side, going for nearly 5 runs and over. And Anderson Cummins 2 for 40 from his 10 overs, exactly 4 per over, and he bowled well enough.
Lovely shot, 4 runs. That was an absolute peach of a stroke, and lends weight to exactly what Tony Clozier was saying to Peter Williams just before the commentary came up here to apply with myself. A beautiful stroke.
Yes, Merrick Pringle here, quite keen to give the ball a chance of swinging. Pitches it right up there, and Lara jumps onto it and crashes it through the covers. Splits the field absolutely perfectly.
Donald. Owen Haynes getting into a bit of trouble then. Inside edge, running away towards short fine leg. Oh, that's a magnificent stroke. It was upish, but it was to the right, to the left of Rhodes. And if that hadn't gone straight to a fielder, which it didn't, it was 4 runs. It was hit like a kicking horse. Oh, Owen, is that out? Yes. Oh, did it catch? I think he's caught it. It's a marvellous catch. Yes, he's gone. Jonty Rhodes took one that was hit as hard as any cricket ball you could see. He really got on over that, Lara. Hit it very hard. Didn't quite get over it enough. It was in the air, and Jonty Rhodes took a blinder.
Yes, yeah, but Lara was playing that shot again. A little bit too close to him. And straight to John T. Rhodes at backward point. What a superb catch, right at his bootlaces.
It's a good shot by Haynes. It's worked away 4 runs. He won't catch that. And Haynes again finding the gap, playing it away resolutely, solidly. Typical Haynes.
So Pringle, he's out. He's gone. LBW. Richie Richardson trying to swing Maverick Pringle away in maybe over mid-on, and he missed it, and it went through and hit the pad. And umpire Steve Randell from Australia, he hit the finger up.
Well, that was a very casual shot. That's the length of the bowl. That's dead, really. They would have hit the leg.
That's out.
Hit him on the crease. But really, they are bowling the right length, bowling a lot fuller than the West Indians. And Pringle is obviously delighted. The South Africans, 19 for 2 now, the West Indies.
Oh, it's in the air. He's gone. First slip. Kepler Vessels takes the catch. Just prodding at it, really almost guided it into first slip. And South Africa, goodness me, they're back in business. 19 for 3. And the West Indies in all sorts of trouble. Carl Hooper gone.
Well, it's that length again. Just look at that, just pushing at the ball, and that's well taken by Vessels. Tell you what, South Africa certainly on top and have got a great chance.
Oh, he's nicked it. He's gone. He's chased it a mile. That must have just about been a wide, and he's gone after it, and he's got an edge. And goodness me, another West Indian has gone. 19 for 4.
Well, the West Indians, they like to play shots. If the ball is short or wide, they will chase it. Not necessarily a great delivery, a bit too wide. But that's the end result. And again, South Africa have got that breakthrough, and the West Indies in all sorts of trouble.
It's in the air, but it's all right. It's away for 4. The uppercut by Logie hit it well, high and to the left of John T. Rhodes. It's 4 more runs. Oh, that's 4 more. He's glanced it away. It was uppish. It went wide of Richardson's leg bars. It's all right. It wouldn't have counted as he caught. It would have counted as runs, but he wouldn't have been out. End of the over, 28 for 4.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's meat and drink to Desmond Haynes on his legs. Is that going for 4? No, I think it's just going to be pulled back. It is, and he gets a couple of easy runs. So Haynes goes to 11, Logie has 4, and at the end of the over, West Indies are 30 for 4. Oh, that's a typical flashing Logie square cut. We've seen him play that so many times. It's just exactly as if he's been hit by an electric shock. What a lovely stroke. Oh, it's uppish, but it's safe, and it's 4 runs. Well, Logie living dangerously outside the off stump, but the West Indies have got to do something at 34 for 4.
And that's a typical Gus Logie cut shot, screamed away to the boundary for 4. What a resounding way for Logie to get another boundary.
Yeah, certainly a poor delivery, but Logie taking full toll of this. Wide and short, and he thrashed it away behind point for 4. And actually, I changed next to Van Burn Holder for Worcestershire for 10 years, so I'm certainly very familiar with the name Holder. West Indies.
And there's the man who's done the damage, Maverick Pringle. Well, Desmond Haynes has been bothered by this finger for much of the match. I think he came into the game carrying the injury, and he had it jarred up just a little bit with that last ball that he got from Richard Snell. You see the splint on there.
And obviously he's hurt that finger before, and it'll be a big blow to the West Indies if he can't carry it.
And look at the swelling on that. Malcolm Marshall.
Caper bowling, and Logie for a huge hit, and that's 6.
Well, that almost brings back memories of New Zealand playing South Africa at Eden Park when Caper went for 18 in the one and only opening he bowled. He just struggled to get it right on line, and of course Logie, he doesn't like to be tied down. He likes to play his shots, but he's got that one away very well indeed.
Might have to come back too if Logie goes away again, and it's 4 more.
Well, certainly a bad start for Caper, and Kipler Vessels is not happy with that. 10 runs off only 3 deliveries. He just hasn't settled. Slaggy, he's taken severe toll of that again. So 2 pull shots and 3 deliveries. Certainly not very good bowling, but very good batting indeed.
So we saw earlier the South African innings didn't really get a partnership underway, and you can see that the West Indies innings in reply, after starting to threaten, then a couple of wickets falling very quickly, it's just fallen apart. There's a big shot from Marshall, flicking in behind square. That's a very good shot from Malcolm Marshall. And Snell paying the penalty of drifting down leg side.
Well, that's the first time he's drifted down the leg side, and Marshall just sort of whips it away. I mean, it's typical West Indian. I mean, not too many players in world cricket sort of play that sort of shot to great effect. Just look at that. Great timing.
Oh, it's a bad ball. He's caught. What a blow for the South African side. He's been struck by probably the worst ball Richard Snell's bowled. Short, wide outside the off-stump, and Malcolm Marshall helps himself to it straight into the hands of Jonty Rhodes. Marshall out for 6. It's 70 for 5.
Well, certainly not a classic dismissal, but Snell has deserved this wicket. He has bowled well. Marshall cutting in the air. Of course, Jonty Rhodes took that brilliant catch to dismiss Lara. And so Marshall's gone. The West Indies in all trouble at 70 for 5.
Here's the wicket that fell. A short ball from Snell. Big cut shot, but not controlled, and hit directly and very safely to the magnificent fielding hands of Dusty Rhodes. Oh, there's a lovely ball. Appeal, he's gone. Williams is gone. 2 wickets have fallen to Snell in the 1 over. And Williams could not do anything with it. He got the edge, the finest of edges, caught by Richardson. Williams gone for a duck. The West Indies in deep trouble, 70 for 6.
Well, that average of 7 probably comes down to 6 now, Peter. Looks as if he might have got a faint glove on that. Let's just have a look at it. Another classic delivery. Well, he may have been a bit unlucky as well. But here we have the dismissal of David Williams. Might have got a little edge. It might have been a flick off his arm. However, the umpire has made the decision. He's given it. Williams doesn't appear to be that impressed. Not surprised when you're on naught.
So Williams is gone, and Desmond Haynes is coming back. Now, this must be a last gasp desperation effort for the West Indies. Desmond Haynes is returning. He's in serious difficulty through the injury to the right-hand index finger that you can see there. Haynes driving well. That's a very good shot from Desmond Haynes. So maybe the pain cream has worked, because he played that with real control, and that's a bottom-hand shot, isn't it?
Yes, that's beautifully timed. Desmond Haynes is very good on the onside. Mind you, he's very good all round the wicket for that matter, but particularly strong, anything straight, going leg side. And that's a beautiful on drive.
Logie gets it fine, gets 4.
The nearest fielder there is a wide or deep backward square, at least 40 metres away from that. And Caper drifting down the onside or leg side, and almost a sweep there rather than a leg glance.
So Gus Logie on 49. Waits for it, hits it hard, and that's his 50 with his third 4 in consecutive balls. Caper is going for them, and Logie's just going after them. So Gus Logie is 53, and that's the West Indies 100. They're 100 for 6 in the 27th over.
Not much to celebrate though, and here Caper's just checking to make sure that Logie can play that shot. So I just gave him a fuller one, about as wide as the previous. And Gus Logie strong, a couple there, one through the covers, mid-off, behind square, behind point. So a reasonable range of shots. And as we look at that wheel again from this end, you see the one behind point, the cut, then the one down to fine leg, and a couple straightish through mid-off. Logie, a player who plays with his feet together really, doesn't move that a lot, gets his arms going and launches himself towards the ball.
So the pressure on Adrian Caper now as he goes again. He's going to be caught. No, he's not. He couldn't quite get to it, Richardson.